Hi everyone.
Hello.
Is my voice audible?
Hi. Yes.
Okay. Perfect.
Yes.
Okay. So first of all, welcome to Business Analyst Online Training. So my name is Nikki. I'm a BA trainer. So did you people get any demo video and course content related to this course? Yes, guys.
I've
Uh,
got I've got the I think the index, like what is there, how many classes are going to be there, and what are the structures.
Okay. So you did not get any kind of course content and a demo video. Did you get from the management or not?
Hi, it's Abhishek here.
No, did management has given you any course content and demo video?
No, they haven't.
Okay, no problem. So today I will be sending you the demo video and course content. Okay, so
Okay.
directly we will start with module number 1. Okay, so this is related to demo. I will forward this. Okay, so in our module number 1, the first topic is history and origin of business analyst. So in this topic, I will explain you how the role of BA emerged in the IT industry and what was happening in the IT industry before the role of BA and what kind of changes that has taken place after emerging the role of a BA. Okay. So if you take IT industry before 1980s, at that time, there was no role of a BA in the IT industry. So how the operations were going on and how the process was going on means the client used to give the requirements directly to the developers. Now what the developers used to do is they used to develop these requirements blindly without doing any requirement analysis, without doing any enterprise analysis, without identifying the problems. That means without seeing whether these requirements are suitable for this project or not, whether these requirements can solve the client's problems or can achieve the client objective or not. So they never used to see any kind of these things. So blindly they used to develop the requirements. Okay. And before 1980s, there was no resource to maintain the administrative tasks. So what are administrative tasks means? To put all the requirements in a specific format and to document these requirements, and after that understanding the requirements and seeing whether these requirements are suitable for this project or not, and then explaining these requirements to the developers in the way they understand. So all this comes under administrative tasks. So there was no such resources. Okay. So before 1980s, there was no documentation happening in a project. Okay. So client used to give requirements directly to the developers and developers used to develop them. So there is no like maintenance of records or maintenance of documentation, and there is no identification of problems. So there is no resource to identify those problems and there is no resource to put these requirements in a proper language. So proper language means in a universal language which can be understandable by each and every developer. So all these problems the IT company was facing before 1980s. So before 1980s, the success ratio of projects was only 25 percentage and failure ratio was 75 percentage. That means if a company is getting 10 projects, so out of 10, only 2 to 3 projects were getting success and nearly 7 to 8 projects were getting failure. Okay. So when the IT industry analyzed why these many projects are getting failure, so these are the reasons. they have identified all these reasons. Okay, so let me show you in a pictographical format how industry was working before 1980s. So here you can see multiple picks. So if you take the first pick, that is the downline, right side, first one. So this is exactly what the client required. Okay, so but the client also unable to explain the same as it is to the IT company. So if you take the first top side, first pick, left corner, so this is exactly how the client explained to the IT team. Okay, and when it comes to project manager, he has understood in this way, the second pick. And when it went to designing, the designers has designed in this way, the third pick. And when it went to programmers, developers, they have developed the code in this way, the fourth pick. Okay, then when it went to sales executive, they have described the project in this way. Obviously, the sales executives are going to discuss more than what it is, so they describe in this way. Then coming to the down, so what kind of document was there means nothing. You can see nothing in the first week in the downline. Then what operations install means nothing has been installed in the second week downline. Then how the project was charged means the cost of project was heavily. That means you can see the flags touching the sky. Okay. Then what kind of LDOS support you got means nothing. So in this way, if you see, if you clearly observe from one department to another department, when the project is going, there was lack of communication and coordination. A lot of miscommunication was there, and there was no coordination. So that's the reason the shape of project was shaping. The shape of project was different in each and every department. Okay, so this is how the IT industry was working before 1980s, when the role of BA was not emerged. So after 1980s, after analyzing all these problems, the IT industry thought that there should be a resources which is going to control all these activities. So after 1980s, they have emerged the role of a BA. Okay. So when they emerged the role of a BA, they have prescribed some common roles and responsibilities to a BA. So what are those means? The first one is BA should act like a mediator or a bridge, or should liaise between the client and the IT team, and is responsible to gather the requirements related to the project from the client, and he has to understand those requirements. He has to do requirement analysis and enterprise analysis, and he has to gain knowledge on those requirements. So after getting complete knowledge, he has to check whether those requirements are suitable for the project or not, whether any additional requirements are required. Then he has to explain those requirements in detailed way to the developers, and he has to document them in the way the developers are going to understand, and he has to explain those in the form of universal language. Okay, so apart from that, BA will be maintaining good communication and coordination by all stakeholders. Okay, then he is going to work as a single point of contact between the client and the IT company. Okay, so he is responsible to maintain documentation. So in this process, he will be maintaining different documents based on the project. Okay, so after 1980s, when the role of a BA emerged, the IT industry has seen a rapid increase in the success ratio of the projects. So before 1980s, the success ratio was only 25%, but after 1980s, the success ratio increased to 75%. Okay, so and the failure ratio decreased to 25%. That means if a company is getting 10 projects, nearly 7 to 8 projects were getting success and 2 to 3 projects were getting failure. Okay, so again the client, IT industry analyzed why these 2 to 3 projects were getting failure, and they identified that the reasons are because of IT company problem, not because of the client problem, not the IT company. Like the reasons could be client was unable to give proper requirements and he is unable to arrange the financial resources. So this kind of reasons were there. Okay. So this is how the role of a BA emerged in the IT industry. Then next topic is, like, I will explain you what is business analysis and who is business analyst. Okay. So first we will see what is business analysis. Then we will come to who is a business analyst. So what is business analysis means, like, business analysis is nothing but identifying the gray areas in a business and giving IT solutions to solve those gray areas for efficient and effective working of the business. So gray areas are nothing but problems. So identifying the problems in a business and giving IT solutions to solve those problems for efficient and effective working of the business. That is nothing but business analysis. Okay. Then who is a business analyst means? So business analyst is an investigator who is going to identify the gray areas in a business and give IT solutions to solve those gray areas for efficient and effective working of the business. So here, as I said, gray areas are nothing but problems in a business. So henceforth, if I am using the term business, you have to take into multiple contexts. Like a business could be an application or a program or a software, or it could be a website, or it could be a project. Okay. So identification of problems in a program or a software or a website or a application or a project or a product. Okay. Here problems means you will be getting problems in different scenarios. For example, while doing enterprise analysis, you may get problems, and while giving recommendations to the client, you may get some problems. While changing business conditions, you may get some problems. If you change the technology from old technology to new technology, you may get some problems. While doing requirement gathering, you may get some problems. And while doing documentation also, you may get some problems. And while doing data integrity also, you can get some problems. So these are different scenarios where you are going to get problems. Okay. So business analyst is an investigator who is going to identify these kind of problems and give IT solutions to solve these problems for efficient and effective working of the business. So apart from that, as I said, business analyst is responsible to gather the requirements from the clients and understand those requirements and then document those requirements and explain those requirements to the developers in the way they understand. So this is the difference between business analyst and business analysis. Then coming to the functions of a BA. So here broadly we have 7 types of functions. The first one is doing analysis. Second one is new ideas or recommendations. Then third one is areas of inefficiency. Then fourth one is suggest process to integrate technology. Then fifth one is gathering requirements. And sixth one is preparing documents, and seventh one is data integrity. So these are the different functions the BA is going to perform. So let me explain each and every function in detail. So the first one is analyze business process. So the first and foremost function of a BA or responsibility of a BA is to do enterprise analysis. So what is this enterprise analysis means? Once after taking this training, in case if you are getting a job as a business analyst in any IT company, so you will be assigned to a project. Once a project has been assigned to you, then the project manager is going to give a development document or a requirement document to you. So this document is nothing but it explains and gives some information related to the project at a high level. That means in brief. Now it is your responsibility to convert this high level information into low level information, or to convert this brief information into detailed information. Okay. So for that purpose, you will be doing enterprise analysis. That means first this you will identify who is your client, what kind of business he is into, and what is the legacy system he was using, and what kind of problems that were there in that system, and how our project is going to solve those problems. So what we need to deliver in this project and what we should not deliver in this project. So all these things we are going to do in enterprise analysis. Okay. Then next one is comes up with new ideas and recommendations to improve business. So in enterprise analysis, first we will identify who are our stakeholders and we will gather information from them. Okay. And we will try to gain more and more knowledge on this project. And then after that, once we complete enterprise analysis, we will be in such a position that we can explain end-to-end process, what is going to happen in this business, in this project. So when the BA gets that kind of knowledge, then he can give ideas and recommendations to the client. That means if client is following some method which is very old and very time consuming and giving very less results, so the client the BA can recommend to the client how to do that in a new process, and he will explain how he can save the time and how to get more and more benefits from this process. Okay. Then third one is identifying the areas of inefficiency in the existing system. That means here the BA is going to identify the areas of inefficiency. That means he is going to check whether any resources is kept idle in this process. So if you find out any resources sitting idle, then he will take advice from the client asking whether these resources is mandatory that he should be in that process or not. And if the client says that no, it is not mandatory, then the BA will give suggestion to the client asking that to train that resources in different skills, so that if we have any shortage of resources in any skills, we can use these resources as a buffer. So in this way, he will keep every resource engaged in the project. Okay. Then next one is suggest process to integrate technology for increasing productivity. Okay. That means here the BA is going to advise the client to divert from old technology to new technology. Whenever if new technology is existing in the market, so during this process you will explain to the client like what kind of benefits is going to get when you convert from old technology to new technology, how you can save the time and how you can get more profits, and how he can face the competition. So all these things he will explain to the client. In the same way, he will explain what are the disadvantages are there in case if he is not diverting to new technology. So like how the competitors are going to get into the market, and when competition is going to increase, what kind of problems the client is going to face. So all these things he will explain to the client. So first, to explain about the new technology, the client should have knowledge about the technology. So how the BA will have knowledge means, like here the BA has to do some homework. Like every day he has to read the IT magazines and daily newspapers related to IT news. And whenever if IT companies are conducting seminars, he has to attend those seminars, and he should increase his circle in this way. Okay. Then fifth one is gathering requirements and providing detailed analysis of project. So another important function of a BA is to gather requirements. So once you identify the stakeholders, then you are going to gather requirements. So here we have different requirement gathering techniques. So nearly we have 10 requirement gathering techniques. So I am going to explain all those 10 requirement gathering techniques in detail, and how to gather requirements by using these techniques, and for which project, what kind of requirement gathering we have to use. So everything we are going to see in module number 4. So let me show you. So this is my course content. I am going to forward it to you today. Okay. So here if you see module number 4, 6 knowledge areas. So in this, the requirement elicitation or gathering is there. Techniques of gathering requirements. So here I am going to explain you 10 different requirement gathering techniques. Okay. Then next one is prepares various types of documents and make cost benefit analysis. So another functionality of a BA is to prepare documentation. So as a BA, we are going to prepare different documents, like there are SRS, BRS, FRS, SOW. So I am going to explain about all these documents in module number 6. Okay. So if you see module number 6, so this is documentation. So here I am going to explain what are the different documents that are prepared by a BA, like SRS, BRD, FRS, SOW, how to prepare these documents, and for which project, what kind of document we have to prepare, and what are the contents of the documents, what is the format, and I will be showing the different formats also. Okay. Then the final one is ensures data integrity and provide quality data. Can anyone say what is data integrity? Any blind guesses? Yes, guys.
It might mean that the data has not been corrupted.
So not corrupted. Okay. Any other answers? Okay. Yeah.
Is it the data integrity from multiple sources?
Multiple sources. Okay. Okay.
As in multiple databases?
Yeah. So let me explain what is data integrity. I will explain with an example. Now assume that I guess you people know how to do online shopping. That means if you want to purchase something through Amazon or Flipkart, you know the process. Generally how the process goes means, like first you will create an account in Amazon website, okay, with your user ID and password. And if you want to purchase something, first you will log in with that user ID and password. So after that, you will select the product, whatever you want. For example, if you want to purchase a particular mobile, then you will give that mobile and search, and you will identify. Once you identify that product, you are going to add that product to the cart. Okay. Then after that, you will enter receiver's details. So where it is to be dispatched, the details you will specify. Then after that, you will come to bill payment tab. That means you need to make payment. So here you have different options. You will find many options like pay through debit card or credit card or through PayPal or Western Union in this way. Okay. Just a second. Okay. So now let us consider that you have selected pay through credit card. Now if you select that, option, what happens means, like, immediately the system will navigate you to why it is coming. Yeah. So the system will navigate you to credit card payment page in another tab. So there you have to enter all 16-digit credit card number, your CVV number, first name and last name. What is this? Do you want to turn on Google toggle keys? Toggle keys causes a tone to sound when you press caps lock, number lock, or scroll keys. The keyboard shortcut to turn toggle keys is to hold down number lock. Okay. So that is nothing but here the Amazon server is getting integrated with the credit card server. Okay. So there the data is getting integrated. That is getting integrated with the third parties to get some result. So here Amazon server is getting integrated with the credit card payment gateway server. So there you will complete the payment, and once you complete the payment, automatically again you will revert back to the Amazon server. So there it shows what kind of payment you have made and how much you have made. So that is nothing but data integrity. In the same way, if you select pay through net banking, then in the drop down you will get options like all bank options, list of banks. If you select a particular bank, let us consider you have selected HDFC Bank. Then once you select HDFC Bank and click on OK, immediately you will be navigated from Amazon server to the HDFC Bank server. That means in another tab, HDFC Bank details website will be opening. There you have to enter your internet banking user ID and password and complete the transaction. So once you complete, again you will roll back to the Amazon server. That means Amazon server is getting integrated with the HDFC Bank server. So that is nothing but data integrity. So the BA is going to help the developers to develop requirements related to this data integrity. Okay. So these are different functions which the BA is going to do. So just go through the notes once here. You can read by yourself in your mind. In case if you find there is something which is not understand, you can let me know. I will explain. Or else if you complete, just let me know. I will change the page.
I'm done.
Completed everyone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Completed?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Then next we will see with types of IT companies. So slowly we are moving into BA concepts. So I guess here there can be some people who are diverting from non-IT to IT sector, so who are stepping into IT background. So first you need to know like what type of IT company you are working for. So basically here there are two types of IT companies. One is product based IT company and second one is service based or application based IT companies. So first one is product based IT companies. That means what is a product based IT company means? Here these companies won't have any clients. So they are going to develop a product with their own concept, with their own idea, and that product can be used by multiple clients. Okay. So that means the client is not going to give any concept. Here the IT company will develop a product with their own concept and own idea, and they will sell that product to multiple clients. So that is product based IT company. Examples are like Microsoft, Oracle, IBM, SAP. So all this comes under the category called as product based IT companies. Okay. For example, I will take one application. The application name is Finacle, Finacle, Finacle. So it is developed by Microsoft. So Finacle is a software which contains of bunch of all bunch of all financial transactions. That means this Finacle is related to entire financial transactions. Okay. So nearly 99% of all financial companies and services are going to use this Finacle software in India. So if you take all banks, they are going to use Finacle software. If you take wealth management companies, they will use Finacle software. If you take insurance companies, they will use Finacle software. If you take this mutual funds, they will use Finacle software. Okay. So this is developed by Microsoft. Now, product-based companies will have some features. What are those means? The first one is company's concept and they invest time and money to build the product. So the concept of Finacle belongs to Microsoft, and Microsoft is going to invest time and money to build this Finacle software. Okay, and company initiates the development. So it is the Microsoft which is going to decide when to start the development process. Okay, and company will be the owner of the product. So Microsoft will be the owner of this Finacle software. Why means the concept belongs to Microsoft. It has invested time and it has invested money. Okay, then company will sell the same products to multiple clients and customers. So this Microsoft is going to sell this Finacle product to multiple clients and customers. Okay, and customization will be done if required for each customer. So Microsoft is going to customize this Finacle software for each customer. For example, assume that Microsoft completed development of Finacle software. So it will give ad in the newspapers or through any channel saying that we have developed this Finacle software and this is used for all financial services and institutions. So by seeing this, the ICICI Bank will approach to Microsoft and request for demo. Then Microsoft is going to arrange a demo for ICICI Bank. So ICICI Bank will be impressed and it says that I want to use this Finacle software only for my account management system. That means ICICI Bank is into different segments like account management system. That means it is to operate savings account, fixed deposit account, current accounts, and they are into loans. Like ICICI Bank is going to give different loans. Like it could be education loans, business loans, or construction loans, or personal loans. Okay. In the same way, they are into mutual funds, and they are into uh, insurance. So all these are different departments. So ICICI Bank says that I want to use this Finacle software for account management system first. If everything goes fine, then I will keep on changing my technology. Then Microsoft is going to customize this Finacle software as per the requirements of ICICI Bank. It will enable only functionalities that are required to an ICICI Bank and disable all other functionalities. And then it will install this software in the ICICI Bank server. Okay. Then second, HDFC Bank approaches to Microsoft and it also takes demo and it says that I want to have this Finacle software for my LMS, that is loan management system. That means whatever the loans I am giving, whether it could be educational loans or whether it could be personal loans, business loans, all this should be routed through Finacle. Then Microsoft is going to customize this Finacle software as per the requirements of HDFC Bank and it will install this software in the HDFC Bank server. Then third client, Standard Chartered Bank approaches Microsoft and requests for demo. Then Microsoft provides demo to the Standard Chartered Bank. And what the Standard Chartered Bank says is, I want to use this complete Finacle software for my business. I don't want to depend on any other third-party softwares. So whatever the business I do, everything should be routed through Finacle software only. Then Microsoft is going to customize this product, Finacle, as per the requirements of Standard Chartered Bank. It will enable what are the functionalities that are required to Standard Chartered Bank and disable all other functionalities. And then it will install the software in the Standard Chartered Bank server. Okay. So in this way, the product-based companies get the clients. Now Microsoft has 3 clients like ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank, and Standard Chartered Bank. So it will get into contract with each and every client separately, and it will start giving maintenance support, okay, to each and every client. That means after installation, if any technical problems are coming or if they want to enhance or modify, so all this support will be given by Microsoft. Okay, so here installation will be done at client's place. Installation means rendering the services of that software. We are going to install that software in the client servers. That means We are rendering the services that are provided by this software. So we are not transferring the ownership rights. Okay, for example, now if you want to install an antivirus CD in your laptop, so what you will do? You will go to a computer shop, you will purchase antivirus CD. Let us say you have purchased McAfee antivirus CD, and you will come to home and you will insert that CD in the laptop and install antivirus. Okay, now if you purchase McAfee antivirus CD, it does not mean that you will become the owner of the McAfee. So you are purchasing only the services that are rendered by McAfee. Still the ownership rights will be only with McAfee. In the same way, if you are installing this Finacle software, means you are taking only the services that are offered by Finacle software, but not the ownership rights. Okay, so this is about product based IT companies. Then next one is application based or service based IT companies. So let me give an example for this. Now assume that you have opened a supermarket business in US. So how the process going is, customers are walking into your supermarket and they are picking the product whatever they want, and they are coming to the billing desk. Now you are sitting at the billing desk. So once if the customer is coming to pay the bill, first you are checking what kind of items he has taken. You are taking each and every item and you are seeing the MRP of that, and you are putting on the calculator and do billing. So this is how the process is going on. So as days are passing on, your business increased rapidly. That means the count of customers walking into your supermarket has been increased rapidly. Okay. So when your business increases rapidly, you have identified a problem. That is, a lot of customers are standing in the queue at the billing counter for a long time. This is because you are doing the billing process manually, which is killing the time. Like for every customer, you are seeing all the products, taking each and every product and seeing the MRP and putting on the calculator. So this process is killing the time. It is making for the customers to stay in a queue for a long time. Okay. So by seeing this, you got an idea to implement a automatic billing system. So once you get an idea, you will frame some futures in the mind. So you will think, okay, in case if I'm going to implement automatic billing system, it should run in this way. Like I will be having a handy scanner, and if I put that handy scanner in front of the product with the help of barcode number, it will capture the MRP of that particular product and it will show on the screen. So in case if I click enter, then it will summarize all the items and generate bill. Apart from this, I want daily sales report, daily inventory report. In this way, you will frame futures in your mind. Then you will search for a IT company to implement this automatic billing system. So the IT companies which come forward to implement this system are nothing but service based or application based IT companies. Okay. So these companies are going to help for the implementation of client's concept and idea. For example, Infosys, TCS, Wipro, Satyam, all this comes under application-based IT companies. Now let us say Infosys has agreed to implement this project. Now this will be the futures. So first one is client's concept, and will engage IT company to develop an IT application. So the concept of automatic billing system will belong to you, and you are engaging Infosys to develop that automatic billing system. So client initiates the development. It is you who are going to say when to start the development. It is not the Infosys. And client will be the owner of the product. Now the ownership rights will be with you, not with the Infosys, because the concept belongs to you and you are investing time and money on that automatic billing system. Now client will be the only customer for this application. So you will be the only single customer. So the Infosys does not have any kind of right to sell this product to different clients, because Infosys is not a owner. Okay. Then deployment will be done at client's place. So deployment means transferring the ownership rights, transferring the code from the development server to the production server. Okay. Transferring the code from the development server to the production server. So once if the code is transferred, the entire ownership rights also transfers. That means once if the Infosys completes development and if transfers the code to the your company, then the complete ownership rights also transfers. So Infosys does not have any right from that time. And if you want to use, you can use that product. If you want to resell, you can resell. Okay. So this is the difference between installation and deployment. In installation, only the services are offered. You will take only the services that are offered by Finacle. But in deployment, the entire ownership transfers. You will become the absolute owner. Okay. So in application based companies, you have one feasibility. For example, now after implementation, you don't want to go for maintenance with Infosys. Let us assume that Infosys has harassed you many ways. So the contract is like they have to complete the project within 5 months and the cost of project is $5,000. But Infosys has harassed you and they did not complete it in 5 months. They have completed in 8 to 10 months. And the budget also increased from $8,000 to $10,000. So now after implementation, because of this, you don't want to give maintenance to the Infosys. Now you will reach TCS and you will ask the TCS to take maintenance. So the TCS can take. This is possible. But in product based companies, you have to take the maintenance only with Microsoft because Microsoft is the owner. Okay. So this is the difference between product based and application based companies. So the roles also differs. If you are working as a BA for product based companies, it is mandatory that you should know all the products that are done by that particular project. Okay. And if you are working for application based company, it is not mandatory. For example, if you are into other business along with the supermarket business, you are having boutique business, restaurant business, travel business. So as a BA, it is not required to know about this business because you are engaged with supermarket business. You should know about supermarket. But wherein in product based companies, you should know what are the other products that Microsoft is doing. Because what happens means in product based companies, a lot of time will be given to research and development. So once you complete analysis, when the project is kept in development, now the company is going to take a lot of time in research and development. It may take 5 years or 6 years or 10 years. So the project manager don't want the BA to keep idle. So what he will do, he will divert that BA to any other product. So that's the reason the BA should know about each and every product. But wherein in application based, like the client is going to give time, like saying that you need to develop within 1 year or something. So you have to complete within 1 year. Okay. So this is the difference between product based and IT based company. Now, next one is IT hierarchy. So we will see about IT hierarchy. That means what kind of hierarchy the IT company is going to follow. Here, IT hierarchy differs from company to company and operations to operations, sometimes project to project. That means level 5 companies will be having some hierarchy, startup companies will be having some hierarchy. In the same way, if you are into if your operations are into IT, then you will have some hierarchy. If your operations are into sales or manufacturing, then you will have some hierarchy. Okay. So in this way, it depends. So I will explain here the IT hierarchy related to a level 5 IT company. So here, first we are going to have CEO. CEO stands for Chief Executive Officer, and under him there will be CIO, CTO, CFO, COO. So CIO stands for Chief Information Officer, CTO stands for Chief Technology Officer, CFO stands for Chief Financial Officer, and COO stands for Chief Operational Officer. Okay, so CIO takes care of information department, CTO takes care of technology department, CFO takes care of financial department, and COO takes care of operational department. That means each person is going to take responsibility of each department. So they will be acting as 4 pillars for the IT company, and they are going to directly report to the CEO. Okay. Then under principal BA, there will be project manager, and under project manager, there will be IT team. So here the role of principal BA will be limited. That means once if the client comes to give project to a IT company, it is the principal BA who is going to have conversation with the client, and he is going to take the details, and after that he will check whether we can do this project or not. That means whatever the technology that was asking by the client is available with us or not. Accordingly, he will inform to COO. So if technology is available, he will say, okay, we can do this project, you can go ahead. If technology is not available, he will inform to the CEO. So the technology which client is asking is not available with us, so we can't do the project. Okay. And once if the client gives project, then it is the principal BA who is going to assign to the project manager. Now project manager is going to directly report to the CTO, not to the principal BA or CIO. Okay. So under project manager, there will be IT team. IT team in the sense there will be developers, testers, BAs, QAs, and all these people. Okay. Then they are going to report to the project manager. Then CTO means Chief Technology Officer. This person is going to take care of all activities that are related to technology. That means he is going to decide what technology should be used for a particular client. And in case if the developers are getting any issues in the development of that particular project, so they will take the advices from technology officer. And this technology officer, he will keep on doing research in the market about the new technologies. If you identified any new technologies, first you will gain knowledge and you will try to expose that knowledge to the developers who are working on that particular company. And then he will say to the clients to divert to the technology in case if he finds that technology is suitable to the clients. Okay. Then CFO stands for Chief Financial Officer. So this guy is going to take care of all activities that are related with finance. For example, to pay your salaries, to pay office runs, to pay CAF bills. And whenever if company is getting a new project, so the client, that means the client asks to make a security deposit. So that will be arranged by finance officer. And once if he gets the project, he is responsible to collect the payment from the clients. So these all things will be taken care by CFO. Under him, there will be finance and account manager, and under them there will be financial executives who are going to prepare this profit and loss account, balance sheet, and petty cash book, all these things. Okay. Then under COO there will be BDM. BDM stands for Business Development Manager. Under them there will be sales team, and under sales team there will be pre-sales team. Now this pre-sales team is responsible to bring the business to the organization. So this pre-sales team, they are going to take care, they are going to do advertisement about the company. Like they will be getting registered in different freelancing websites and Facebook groups, WhatsApp groups, and they will start doing advertisement saying that I am representing so and so company, and this company is into development of so and so products. So we have developed this many websites, this many projects. So if anyone want, please reach us. In this way, they will start doing advertisement. So if anyone is responding, then the pre-sales team is going to take their details and pass it to the sales team. Now sales team will get in touch with those responses. So they will explain, they will take clarification what they want exactly. And then after that, they want to close this call as a cold call. So they will pass it to BDM. Now BDM is going to get in touch with them. He will explain what is our company, what kind of projects we are doing, what kind of technology we are using. In the same way, he will take details from the client. Then after that, he will arrange a meeting with the COO. Then the COO and client are going to have conversation and they will finalize the project. Okay. So this is how the hierarchy goes. Now here there is a sample hierarchy related to Arbor Business Company. So here there is John Smith. He is a president, and under him there are 3 vice presidents. Susan Johns is vice president for marketing, Rachel Parker is vice president for sales, and Tom Allen is vice president for production. And again, for each designation, there are 2 managers. That means Elias Johnson and Tim Moore are the managers for marketing, and then Michael Gross and Kim Dole are the managers for sales. Then Kathy Roberts and Betty Foster are the managers for production. So if you see this hierarchy, it is entirely different from the hierarchy which I have explained you earlier, because earlier hierarchy is related to the IT company and this hierarchy is related to some sales or manufacturing company. So as I said, the hierarchy differs from operations to operations. Okay. So if you take a startup company, now you won't find all this hierarchy. There will be only one person who is going to act as CTO, CIO, CFO, COO, and there will be only 2-3 members. So their hierarchy differs. Okay. So this is about IT hierarchy. Okay. Then the next topic is stakeholders. Can anyone say like who is a stakeholder? Any guesses? Yes, guys. Give a blind guess. Like who is a stakeholder? Any guesses? You want to say something, Abhishek?
Tom Allen,
Yeah.
VP.
What's that?
Tom Allen.
No, I'm not asking in this. So in general, I am asking like, what do you mean by a stakeholder? Can anyone give a general guess?
Stakeholder,
What do you
it
mean by
can be,
stakeholders?
yeah, so stakeholders can be people who are gonna, uh, get impacted with whatever project is gonna be there. So it will be a client uh, or whoever is related with the project and it's gonna impact them.
Okay. Any other answers? Okay. So let me explain you. So if we use the term stakeholder, here we are going to get 2 meanings. One from BA perspective and another one from finance perspective. So from finance perspective, stakeholder means the person who is investing some amount in the business as a capital, or the person who is purchasing some shares of the company. So that person we will treat as a stakeholder. Okay. But from BA perspective, the meaning of stakeholder is different. So what do you mean by stakeholder from BA perspective means it could be a living or non-living thing, or it could be an individual or organization who is using the product are affected by the product directly or indirectly. So they are known as stakeholders. Okay. So it could be an individual or an organization who is using the product are affected by the product directly or indirectly. They are known as stakeholders. So here competitors are also known as stakeholders. Why competitors are known as stakeholders means, suppose if you want to start a business, first you will check who are the competitors for that particular business. And after you identify the competitors, you will analyze how they are doing business. Okay, what kind of strategy they are following, what is their weakness, what is their strength, and you will take their weakness as your strength and you will start doing business. So indirectly you are taking some information from the competitors. So that's the reason competitors are also known as stakeholders. Okay, and here we have 4 types of stakeholders. First one is project stakeholders, second one is business stakeholders, third one is third party stakeholders, and fourth one is negative stakeholders. So once if you are entering into IT company as a business analyst and if you are assigned to any project, then you will be working with all these 4 categories of stakeholders. And it does not mean that in a single project you are going to meet all these 4 different types. It depends upon the project to project. So let me explain about each and every type. So first one is project stakeholders. So project stakeholders are those persons who are going to work within the organization and who are going to provide their help for the implementation and development of the project. For example, project managers, business analysts, QAs, then developers, testers. So all these people comes under the category called as project stakeholders. So they are going to work within the organization and they will provide their contribution for the implementation and development of the project. Then second one is business stakeholders. So business stakeholders are those persons who are going to do some financial help and whose decision is going to show impact on the project. For example, owners, sponsors, promoters, financiers, end users. So all these people comes under business stakeholders. Now, if you take sponsors, so whenever you start a project, these sponsors will come forward saying that okay, I am going to sponsor for this project. Now they will start doing sponsoring, and after 2 months, assume that they are dropping from sponsorship, saying that this project is not going to fetch any advantages to me, and they will drop. So the decision taken by them is going to show impact on the project. At that time, if you get a new project, if you get a new sponsorship, the project will continue. If you don't get, then it will be kept on hold. So that's the reason sponsors are business stakeholders. And why end users comes under this category means the reviews given by the end user shows whether your project is success or not. Okay. Then third one is third party consultants. That is nothing but external consultants. So here, who are third party stakeholders means the people who are not going to work within the organization but provide their help. Okay, but provide their help by taking some commission or percentage. So those people are nothing but third party stakeholders. Okay, so here they are not going to work within the organization but they provide their help by taking some commission or percentage. For example, now you want to start up a IT company. Okay, so what you will do, like to start up a IT company, there are many formalities. First you have to finalize the name of the company, you need to get it registered, then you have to prepare memorandum of association, articles of association, then you have to prepare your own law, according to law, what you are doing, everything, legal document and everything. So for this purpose, you need to have a legal executive. Now, if you appoint a legal executive, this legal executive is going to have work only for 1 or 2 months. Once the company is getting registered, then we don't have any work with him. So if you appoint a legal executive, you will take work with him only for 1 or 2 months, and after that, every month you will pay salary without taking any kind of work. So it will be a overhead cost to the company. So in spite of appointing, what you will do is you are going to hire a legal executive. That means you will go to third party consultancy and you will say, I want to have a legal executive for 2 months. This is my work and I'm going to pay 5,000 rupees to them. Then third party consultancy will arrange. Okay. And accordingly, they will come and complete the work and take 5,000 rupees. So those are nothing but third party stakeholders. In the same way, let us take chartered accounts. So when companies require chartered accounts, like during the end of financial year. So small companies won't have chartered accounts. So at the end of financial year, they will go to a chartered account firm and they will say, I want to have a chartered account. So he has to prepare profit and loss account and balance sheet to my company and file IT returns. Accordingly, they are going to arrange the chartered account. The IT chartered account firm says, okay, it will cost you 5,000. So the client is going to pay 5,000 and they will arrange the chartered account. So those people are nothing but third party stakeholders. Okay. Then fourth one is negative stakeholders. So negative stakeholders are those persons who don't want our project to get succeed. Okay. So they don't want our project to get succeed. For example, competitors, political parties, social organizations. So all this comes under negative stakeholders. If you take competitor, let us assume that you are starting a business which is same as it is your friend doing. Now, if you tell to your friend, he will say congratulations and he will wish all the best. But inside you will feel jealous. Okay, this guy started the same business and becoming competitor for me. Okay, so he will become a negative stakeholder. So inside he will think, okay, this business should not get success in this way. Then second one is political parties. So always the opposition party will criticize the ruling party, whatever they do. If they do good also, if they do bad also. So political parties will become negative stakeholders and social organizations. For example, if government is taking any action which is going to show some impact to a social organization, they will do all kinds of strikes and anti-social elements. So they also become negative stakeholders. So these are the four different types of stakeholders which we are going to see. Okay. So just go to the notes. Okay. Then next we will see with some terminologies like SPOC, scope and scope creep and the CMMI companies. Okay. So SPOC means single point of contact. That means in some projects, the BA will be acting as a single point of contact. So when client and IT company comes to a decision saying that they don't want much management to be involved in the implementation process, at that time they will arrange a single person as a single point of contact. So the client has to contact that person and the IT company has to contact that person to know the updates. For example, if client want to get some information from the IT company, they will contact single point of contact. That person will communicate with the IT company and takes information and send it to the client. If IT company wants some information from the client, they will contact this person, single point of contact. So he will communicate with the client, takes information and provides to the company. So that is single point of contact. The next one is scope. Scope means if you are going to finish the project within the agreed timelines and budget, then we will say the project is within the scope. For example, if the client gives a project and he says that you need to complete the project within 5 months and I am going to pay $5,000. Then if the IT company is able to complete the project within 5 months and within $5,000, then we will say the project is within the scope. So at that time, we will check what is the time taken, what is the price and what kind of quality we are providing. Okay. Then scope creep means overshooting or extending the timelines and budget is nothing but scope creep. That means if we are going to change the timelines and budgets which are previously agreed upon, then we will say the project is under scope creep. For example, as I said, if the client is going to give a project and if he says you need to complete within 5 months and within $5,000, then we will say like now if the client is unable, if the IT company is unable to complete the project within 5 months, if it is taking 8 months, then we will say the project is under scope creep. Or if the IT company is not completing, is taking $8,000 in spite of $5,000, then we will say the project is under scope creep. Or if 2 points are increasing, in spite of completing 5 months, if the IT company is taking 8 months, and in spite of completing in $5,000, if the IT company is taking $8,000, then also we will say the project is under scope creep. Okay. So there are many reasons why the project goes into scope creep. That means the first one is delay in business analyst activities. So if a BA is going to do delay in his activities, in performing his roles and responsibilities, it will lead to scope creep. That means, for example, now once the IT company gets a project, so the HR team is going to keep a mail to all the resources who are working for this project, saying that, for example, if you are assigned as a business analyst, you will get a mail and there will be a CC to the project manager. So the mail says like you are assigned as a BA, you need to go and contact your project manager as soon as possible. These are his details. Like they will provide his name, mobile number, and all other details. Now, if you think that why I need to go, so already the project manager is having a CC, so he knows that I have appointed as a BA. In case if he have any work, he will come to me. Then you will waste some time, let us say 3 or 4 days. Then you think, okay, this guy is not coming, I will go and meet. Then if you go and meet, the project manager will scold you, saying that what you have done all these 3 days, I have already planned my list of activities. So I have given 20 days for analysis, 20 days for designing, 20 days for development, 20 days for testing, and 20 days for implementation. And in 20 days, you have already wasted 4 days. Okay. So to adjust these 4 days of delay, in the next stage, that is in designing, you have to make a delay of 8 days. So to adjust this 8 days of delay in designing, you have to make a delay of 16 days in development. To adjust 16 days of delay, you have to make a delay of 32 days in testing. So in this way, the project goes into scope creep. Okay. Then recursive loops of elicitation, documentation, review, and approval needed to accommodate this discovery process. So if you want to take any permission from your reporting authority, or if you want to have a review from him, or if you want to take a feedback, or if you want to take a approval, there you should not waste your time. In case if you waste your time there, it will lead to scope creep. For example, now you have gathered requirements. So you kept a mail to your reporting authority saying that these are the requirements I have gathered. So please do review and provide feedback. Now you should not think that, okay, I completed my task. Whenever the reporting authority gives reply, I am going to start from that day. Now your reporting authority could be busy. He may not see your mail. So there you will waste your time. Okay, in spite of that, once you keep a mail, you have to make a call to them and remind, saying that I kept an important mail. Please do you review and provide feedback so that I can start my next level of work. So my next level of work purely depends upon the feedback which you are providing. Then definitely your reporting authority will take as a priority. In case if you are not getting reply on that day, second day you have to keep a reminder call saying that in case if you do delay, there may be chances the project will go into scope creep. Then you will take initiative and do. Okay. Then third one is tiny adjustments can add up extensive scope creep over time. That means if client is asking you to provide the project in module wise, then let us assume that you have implemented one module and there are some tiny bugs which are not showing impact on the production. So whenever you find tiny bugs, the IT team, what they will do is they will postpone the regular work and they will keep on fixing these tiny bugs. Now we can't say it may take 1 day or 1 month also. So there you are postponing your scheduled work, which is going to lead to a scope creep. So in spite of that, what you have to do is you should not postpone your work. You should keep on doing your regular work and you have to take like 30 minutes or 1 day every day for doing this tiny adjustments, fixing this so that everything goes in parallel way. So there won't be any scope creep. Okay. So these are some reasons why the project will be getting into scope creep. So if project goes into scope creep, the damage will be happen to two parties, IT company and the client. For example, if project is going into scope creep because of IT company reason, the client is going to penalize the IT company, saying that he got a loss in the business. So he demand money from the IT company. In the same way, if the project goes into scope creep because of client reason, the IT company is going to penalize, saying that you are supposed to give requirements on this day, but you made a delay of 2 months. I paid salaries to my resources. You have to compensate. Then client is going to compensate. Okay. So it is the responsibility of the BA to check if the project is going on schedule or not. In case if anything is getting delay, he has to immediately report to the project manager. So the project manager takes each and every action to ensure that project is not going into scope creep. Okay. Then next topic is CMMI levels. So CMMI stands for capability, maturity, model, integration. So these are the parameters by which the levels of the companies will be decided. So there will be 5 levels: CMMI level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. Okay. So level 5 companies will be the best companies. They will have good standards, good organization, everything when compared to level 1, level 2. Okay. So these levels will be given based on the standards the companies are performing. So the standards are related to these parameters. So capability is nothing but how much capable the IT company is, and maturity in the sense from how many days the company is into this IT field. Then model in the sense whether they are following latest technology or not. Then integration in the sense whether the projects done by these companies can be integrated with third parties or not. Okay. So depending on this, the levels will be divided. Suppose if you want to go from level 1 to level 2, there should be discipline process. and can repeat previous task. If you want to go from level 2 to level 3, there should be consistency process, and process should be characterized and understood. If you want to go from level 3 to level 4, so there should be predictable process, and process should be measured and controlled. So if you want to go from level 4 to level 5, there should be continuously improving process, or focus on improve process. So this is levels. So just check here. Okay, let me check how many topics we have completed today. So I explained about business analyst overview and origin. This we have completed. And what is business analyst? Who is a business analyst? Functions. This we have completed. And types of IT companies. This we have completed. And IT hierarchy. This we have completed. Stakeholders and types of stakeholders we have completed. And Spark, scope and scope creep. This also we have completed. So still we need to complete business analyst prerequisites, roles and responsibilities, do's and don'ts of a BA, and problems faced by a BA with stakeholders in gathering requirements and stages in business analysis. So this we will be completing tomorrow, and by tomorrow we will finish off this module number 1. Okay. So I need one help from you. So just ping me on my WhatsApp with your name and email ID. So my WhatsApp number is sorry. So this is my WhatsApp number. Sorry. +91 9014971874. Okay. So my name is Nikki. You can just save my number, Nikki BA Trainer. Why? Because I'm going to broadcast messages. That means, so every week, whenever we start, just 5 minutes before, I will send a message saying that we are going to start session within 5 minutes, so that you can get yourself ready for the session. And if there are any important notifications, I will be broadcasting. So you will get broadcasted messages. You can see only if my contact is saved in your contact list, or else you can't see my messages. Okay. So just save my number and ping me with your email ID and name. I will be sending the demo video and course content. So from tomorrow, once you start the session, open my course content and cross verify whether I am doing with each and every concept or not. Okay.
Can you say your number out so I can write it down on my notes?
So you can't see on the screen?
I can see, but then I don't have any paper or pen near me. So if you can read it out, so I can write it down on the same phone.
Okay, it's +91. Okay, it's +91 90149
901
9049
90149
71874.
71874.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. So we will meet tomorrow at the same time then. Okay. Is it okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
Thank you.